Okay, so I looked at this I looked at this painting, and what I saw, and I didn't see yet anything more than what I saw the last time I looked at it, but suddenly like ideas came to me, and the idea was to schedule my next meetup. My meetup group is called A Shamanic Journey Through Creativity. And so, yeah, it was like to schedule a meetup and center it around this painting. Because what I see most in the painting is this, like, fucking amazing, like, white dragon, like this old, wise dragon. And it has all this gold inside it, and it's being reflected on the outside. And the question is like, so the question I was like, what I wanted to make the gathering about is like, what's that treasure that's hidden within you? What is that buried treasure that perhaps is being reflected, but you don't see it yet, or you're still afraid, to unleash it. Or maybe it's really hidden, and maybe it's really hidden because you've been protecting it for so long, and like how to start sharing it. And then I thought, well, this is actually my client's painting, so I had the idea because, I don't feel like she's at the point where I would want her to be, where I feel comfortable with, like. So I was thinking, I want to invite her into these gatherings I'm having, to have the gatherings more often. I was having it like about once a month, but I was thinking maybe twice a month, just so it's more regular. And so it can be support, because like there's something so sacred and supportive about being able to just show yourself and share yourself and hear reflections, in this container, in this very specific container. And so I thought, well, first I'm going to ask her for permission, like if she's willing to share this painting with the group, because really I see it as a gift. Like the more people are involved with the energy of the painting, the higher their vibration, because you're receiving the perspectives of other people, which only expands your own. And the more perspective you have, the more objectivity, the greater the context, which means the greater the choice, which means the more power you have, the more freedom. So that felt really good to me. Like, oh, it's like I'm offering kind of like a next step for this client, whose our work is actually complete, but I wanted to support her in a way without feeling like I'm like trying to make up for something, because I know the process works and worked. It's just this personal feeling I have of, like anyone when I work with, or anyone I interact with, like I want them to be like happy, really happy. And when I feel like someone is still struggling or suffering or going through the process or in the middle of it, just like I feel like I am right now, there's a part of me that wants more, that I'd be satisfied with, like, yeah, something that seems more positive or more complete. And then of course it was good because it helped me be more excited about my meetup again. Like, okay, just like keep going with it, And then I thought, oh, this would be a really great thing to Periscope or to record, because then people who can't come physically could still join in and they could receive. Because I realized the last Periscope I did, I really liked the idea of painting live so that people could interact and like be part of the energy of the painting, and then also be there with me when I'm seeing what I see. But I realized that this last time when I did that, one, I didn't really set the space for the group to be part of it, because, and I'm not sure how to do that in Periscope, or maybe I was afraid that like people won't have the attention span or whatever through that medium, because I feel like I need to like really drop in and like actually have like quiet time and meditate and make sure people are in the same space before we enter something like that together. Yeah, so maybe I just need to be explicit about that. Like, if you want to be part of this, like, you have to be on time, and it's going to be like dropping into something deep, and it's not just going to be this like real quick thing, which I was doing. And then also, I need time to like see what comes through in the paintings usually. So I didn't really talk about what I saw in the painting. And also, yeah. So anyway, it wasn't fulfilling for me to do that broadcast. And so, but this time I feel like if I'm already doing a group process and I'm just broadcasting it, then, you know, the group process is already happening. So it's already holding that space, because the people I'm actually with in physical reality, we're all like setting a very clear intention together and holding it. And then anyone who joins in, you know, they can drop, it's easier for them to drop into a space that's already been created, you know? And then when they comment, it will be adding into something that's already there. So anyway, that felt good to me to imagine. And then so when I looked at, okay, wait, do I really even want to do this, or am I just creating from my head again, you know, like, and I realized, like, okay, these questions about with these cards, you know, like what am I really passionate about? I'm really passionate about connecting with the divine. I'm passionate about the truth. I'm passionate about discovery, you know. And when does that happen for me? It happens when I am in communion with other people who carry that same intention, and through art. Like, I connect through this communion through creativity. So that is what I'm passionate about. Like, so if I can create the space for that to happen, which I know I can and I do, then do that, you know? And then the other card, which is Sacred Space, I'm like thinking, where should I go to connect with the divine? And it's like, I'm home, I'm here, the space is within me, and I can create it on the outside. So, like, do that. And so then when I looked back at these 10 disappointments I had, actually wrote 11 disappointments, I realized I kind of addressed actually like 4 or 5 of them. Like the fact that I feel like my client didn't experience what I hoped for her, you know, like, well, I can continue supporting her, or we can still be engaged in this way. And yeah, just that I can continue supporting her and being part of the journey with her. In a way that doesn't feel like I'm like trying to compensate or something. The piece about, you know, I don't know how to create community or what the purpose is. Well, I do. I already like kind of have a community, and it's just about continuing to engage with it. And I know what the purpose is. The purpose is illumination. The purpose is, for me, is always like bringing awareness to what's hidden, bringing the darkness to light. Illumination. And one of my disappointments was about the meetup itself, and that, you know, not many people show up, and it's awkward, and it's like, just keep creating the space. Just keep creating the space, and seeing that the value in it is what I receive from it, and hopefully other people receive the same thing. But it's really not about what it looks like on the outside. It's about that illumination, and that has happened every single time I've had this meetup. And so just being reminded of that. And then the part about no engagement on Periscope or the YouTube videos, or just feeling like people weren't interested. And it's like, well, you know, I wasn't really clear about what I wanted to share. And the idea of broadcasting these meetups just feels like a nice integration, and yeah, I'm excited about it. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So now I feel like nothing changed in the outside, right? Nothing changed in my outer world, but just writing about it, you know, connecting to myself, looking at my own painting, um, and then allowing an idea to come. That wasn't really trying to fix anything. You know, I wasn't looking at these disappointments and thinking like, how can I fix them? Because like I said, I really didn't feel like I even could. But an idea came, and then when I just like sat with the idea and let it kind of move me, and then I reflected back on these disappointments, it was like, oh, you know, it addresses all of these things. And now I have like a much lighter perspective, a more complete perspective. And this good friend of mine, who I feel like has brought up a lot of like questions for me and stuff, she and I interacted today, and I was, you know, again, like just feeling confused, like just really wanting to communicate and be as like clear and authentic as possible, and not knowing what that means, you know, because I really didn't, I really haven't felt clear within myself. So it's like, how can I offer myself when I don't know really who I am? I really feel like I'm like, I keep changing and growing, and I don't always know, you know. So so anyway, making this video is partly a it's a communication to her. So like, yeah, this is where I'm at, and this is who I am, and I'm happy to be sharing this with you, and that it's inspiring me to again like make this video also for anyone else out there who just feels like lost and disappointed and in this no man's land, because this is like where everything is kind of meeting, I think, more and more in this place of like creation without planning, you know, from this like very present time, and being, I think we're all being pointed to the arrows being pointed inwards. It's like all the times that we usually look to other people for like reflections or healing, it's like, you know, how can we really, like, we've received the benefit of all these reflection and validation and healing. I mean, a lot of us, I think people who are in be watching this video. And so how can we actually be that center for ourselves now? How can we use what we've learned, apply it, and then create something, produce something from that, instead of needing to like consume more and more and never really feeling ready to create something new? It's like, okay, I feel like shit right now. Everything's uncertain. And there's a part of me that just wants to like feel better and you know, go through some old pattern, or you know, but or take another class, or you know, like feel like I need more because I feel inadequate right now, you know, because I don't know what to do, and if I don't know what to do, that means something's wrong. Instead of following that pattern, to be able to contain those feelings and sit with them, and then I mean, I still have to use some tools, you know, like I read this book, and I looked at my painting and I wrote, you know, but to yeah, just I guess trust that everything I need though was in like my room, you know. I didn't, and or outside on the walk, you know, and everything was like accessible. I didn't have to reach out really. Yeah, that the universe is my body, and that everything in my small space like reflects anything that anyone outside of me could. So yep, that's where I am. So I'm gonna walk outside now and pick up more trash, because I think that was part of it too. Bye.